She was sounding like she was about to cry, but I never looked. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Ara Zone Stories. Today we have a story where this woman told her husband that it's his fault she was having an affair. So, husband divorced her and now she's alone. Let's see how this story ended. My wife cheated on me in December. I walked in on them at his house as I knew what was going on. It was my stepdaughter's father. I have been kicking him off our property for years and keeping his anger in check. I spent all day taking care of the house, the pets, the yard, and her daughter. When we got married, she had me donate my beater so I could drive one of her cars. I even did a little part-time work on the side at the law firm she works at. My days began at 6 a.m. and ended as late as 2 a.m. some nights because of all the chores I was responsible for. I tried to forgive her, but continued catching her talking to him, and even making plans to sleep with other male friends, all the while assuring me she wanted us to work. She abused me and emotionally telling me the cheating was my fault, because I should have done something to stop it, and using guilt and threats to make me have bedroom activity with her when I was clear I wasn't ready for that. She got pregnant after I caught her with him, and I asked for a DNA test. Instead, she went and got a termination immediately, and blamed me for that too. I decided to leave last month and quit my job. Since then my family has been supporting me, and I struggle every day to get out of bed, and even just feed myself. We were married less than a year. I am getting no spousal support, no car, had to leave my job, lost half of my family, my stepdaughter, I have no home, and was left with no money. If it wasn't for my family helping me, I would be completely homeless. My mental health is in a bad place, as I have found out the cheating was happening, even when we were just dating. It was all fake or some kind of game for her, and I'm left to pick up the pieces. I was cheated on and abused, and I am the only one being punished. I'm told there's little I can do by my lawyer, whom I trust a great deal. He is a trusted family friend. What do I do with all this emotion? How do I fix myself? I know I need to take baby steps, get another job, etc. But leaving the house feels like an insurmountable task right now. I'm struggling with severe depression and anxiety in public. Even being with my friends is extremely taxing, and leaves me a sobbing mess when I finally can drive home. I feel broken and nothing is getting better, and I don't know what to do. You sound like an amazing person. Yes, you are that same person, except you were treated horribly by someone you trusted, or when you never should have trusted them. Truthfully, she sounds like a crazy person. They pick not the weak, they are not the challenge. They try to bring down the strong. Own that. And even strong people cry and break down and deserve help. But we or you will repay others for all the help they have given you. No. She was the fake, you are real. She is now your enemy, and as you look back, you might see the red flags that you ignored. You need to truly recognize those to not pick someone like her again to be close to. There are people out there that would never hurt another like she does. Focus on you and healing, and go no contact with her. She doesn't deserve you, she isn't worthy. You need therapy, eye movement desensitization, and reprocessing for trauma, because betrayal, abuse, etc. can cause PTSD. In fact, your depression and anxiety might be PTSD related. I'm sorry that your marriage ended, and this person you were to love and trust, and they was so horrid. None of what they did or how they behaved was your fault at all. She sounds like a complete narcissist and sociopath. And all your emotion, normal. Time will help, but also a good therapist will also help. Until you are able to start therapy, get a notebook and start a journal, write whatever you wish. What you are feeling, how you feel, what happened to you. Before you met her, how were you? I hate hearing someone was treated this bad by anyone. Please take care of yourself and be kind to yourself here. A friend informed me that my ex-wife will be bringing her partner to the divorce hearing as a final jab at me. How should I deal with this? Several friends have offered to come as support, but some have said I should just do my best to ignore them. What would you do? I'd remember why I was there in the first place and stick to the advice given by my lawyer. This is literally the last place in the world to be showing the partner the slightest consideration. There's too much resting on it. In court, you can have your say or have your way. Never both. Pick a lane. You can invite all your mates and put on a show for the peanut gallery, but it'll cost you. You can be the perfect plaintiff and not even interact with her partner. You'll get the best settlement, but won't get any jabs in. The judge wants to be able to look at you and see a reasonable person. Be that. Be wise. When a relationship ends, all that is left is assets. You will use these to build your life again. Simply, the more you have, the less steep the hill back is. If you act unstable, then your lawyer will have to prove that you are a reasonable person. How would some court-appointed marriage counseling look to you? Probably not the poke him in the eye advice you were looking for, but your future self will thank you. In 5 years' time, Wayward and her partner will have split up if you play the odds, and you'll have lost track of him. That beater car that you are still forced to drive, because you lost out in the settlement, still with you. My divorce hearing was finally today. Here we are, though. I am alive, and she is permanently out of my life. I came home from the courthouse and hit a few new maxes in the gym, and I am all around feeling great. She doesn't know where I live. I moved out of town, and she doesn't know where my new job is. This woman, who I loved dearly and would have done anything for, took everything from me. My job, my car, my home, my stepdaughter, my marriage, my mental health, and potentially my baby. Even though I am confident it was her partner's baby, she terminated it when I asked for a DNA test. This entire year has been an unending time for me, and all the while she blamed me for leaving and tearing apart our family. By the time she arrived this morning, I was already speaking to my lawyer. We just had to be present and get the papers signed by the judge. I never looked at her once, not even when she tried to hand me mail from the house. I just grabbed it and kept walking. I did notice that her partner didn't come with her, odd, since she had been saying to mutual friends he would be coming with. Everything proceeds fine. I was stressed and emotional on the inside, but I kept a gentle smile on my face and kept my spirits high. She was sounding like she was about to cry, but I never looked. It wasn't till I got home that I noticed a note mixed in with my mail. Her partner wasn't there because he got some other girl he was seeing pregnant. I tore it up and threw it away. She had a loving husband, and she cheated, lied, and hurt me till I left her, and she did it for a loser that was seeing other girls anyway. The cherry on top is that her partner hates being a father. He is lazy, beat my ex-wife when they were together, and drops his daughter off with his mother anytime he has her. She called him by his first name and called me dad because she barely knew the guy. His own mother cried on Christmas while we shared a drink because she was so happy her granddaughter had me in her life. This new baby will destroy his life even further. My only hope is that whomever he is having this baby with gets away from him for the baby's sake. Despite how high energy I am, I feel very alone today, and I am bouncing between very happy and very muted. Sorry if this is all over the place, I'm just feeling very strange. I thought it would feel better, but if I'm being honest, I wish none of us were suffering. He can just grieve the marriage and take it one day at a time. That's honestly all he can do. I hope he has a support system in place. Older men rarely do, unfortunately, but maybe he do or can change it. That part of his life is over. He must don't look back. Dude, I'm glad things are going better. As for your ex-wife, knowing she's miserable after all the incident she did to you brings a smile to my face. I'm glad you divorced at 304, and I hope to God that baby she terminated was his baby, and not yours, because there's a special place for her with that sin. Regardless, man, stay strong and move on. Once you regain confidence in yourself and living a much better and stable life, the best thing that could drive your ex-wife crazy, if you manage to get an attractive younger woman as a GF, but you're in no rush, dude. If you don't want to date anymore, I have no disagreements with that. I just wish you the very best and have a happy life. I have been with my boyfriend for 8 months. He has 3 kids and is a single dad. We're on pretty good terms regarding almost everything. When it comes to money and spending, we'd take turns to invite each other out weekly. We don't live together, obviously. Several times he had me pay for his kids' purchases. I didn't make a big issue out of it for the sole reason that those purchases were relatively small. All I had to pay was $30 to $60. The other day, he called me while I was at work and sounded like he was in a hurry. He said he just found the gaming device he's been looking for so long and wanted to buy it for his oldest son. I asked, what's this have to do with me? And he told me he was short on money and needed $300. He asked me to lend him the $300 and I hesitated, but agreed. He asked for my bank account info so he could pull the money, but I refused and told him to wait for me till I get there. He insisted and said he'd handle it All I had to do was just send him my bank account info after I end the call with him. His insistence made me uncomfortable, so I still said no and told him to either wait or I won't pay. He got mad at me, saying he didn't get why I was acting like this. He got so loud, so I had to hang up. I found him sitting outside after I went home. He was waiting for me and was extremely upset. He asked why I didn't just send him the account info so he could pull the money we agreed on. I told him I don't feel comfortable letting anyone have my personal info, especially when it comes to finances. He got offended and said, "I'm not just anyone, I'm your partner." Then he went on a rant about how he ended up not paying the gaming device after looking for it for so long. And now his kid is mad at him. And it's my fault. We had a fight. Then he left and told me I'd better have an apology for him and his son next time I call his phone. I haven't called yet, but I feel like I acted stupidly and irrationally. I think I should have just given him the info he asked for. I don't know if I made the right decision. Wow, so I've left this thread after the first hour, but got back to hundreds of people engaging. Wow, I'm just amazed. And since many of you wanted to know what happened, I went to his place and talked to him and his oldest son. Turns out that the gaming device thing was a lie. He wanted the money for something else to help pay for one of his buddy's car repair. I was shocked when he confessed and said he had to lie and make it about his kids to get me to lend him the money. You can only imagine my reaction after this. I just blew up at him and left without giving him any chance to respond. He tried calling my phone and still trying, but I decided I want some space to think about what happened and really reevaluate our relationship. It's true that he had me pay for the kids in the past, but after what I found, I wouldn't put it past him that those $30 to $60 purchases weren't for the kids, as I haven't seen the stuff he said he bought for them. I am in need of some space and quiet, though I'm busy with work, but I do my best to stay focused. I, quite frankly, am no longer sure if I could move past this. It's just so unsettling that he has no issue lying to me and using me for money like that. I love the kids, I adore them, but him. He's hurt me with what I did, and I'm not sure I could come back from it. I might just be upset right now and will need time. I don't know, I'm just going to do a lot of thinking regarding this situation and see what happens. Sorry for the long text, but I wanted to let you know about the situation as a whole. He is giving off some major red flag energy. It's not his money, it's hers, and she is in no way obligated to give him any access whatsoever. She doesn't have a joint account together, she doesn't live together, and they're not her kids. The waiting outside your house for her, and then abusing her for not giving all the access to your money is just unhinged. She must shake this man off her boots and move on. He'll only get worse.